I just wanted to do a quick what is on my bookshelf tour while I'm getting it all set up. I just moved and I'm working on getting everything organized and put together, and all I have right now is this top shelf done so far. But yeah, I just wanted to sit down and show you real quick what I have on here so far. I have my Douglas Adams, The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I have 2 copies of that. This one came from Half Price Books. I have the Obsidian and Onyx books. I've read Obsidian, I've read part of Onyx, and I haven't read the 3rd one. Obsidian was alright. Onyx, it just didn't really do anything for me. It's not my favorite. Then I have the True Confessions of Charlotte Doyle, and I read this one when I was in 5th grade, I believe, and it's always been one of my favorites. Then I have Anyone But You with the cute little basset hound. I got this one at clearance at Barnes & Noble years ago, and I read it once or twice. I don't really remember it, but I remember I really liked it, and I've always just held on to it. Then I have Beastly, and I got Beastly around the same time as Anyone But You, and they've always just been together on my bookshelf. Wherever I've lived, whatever books I've had, they've always been together. So even though I haven't read either one in forever, they're always there. Then I have this copy of Emma, which is gorgeous. Look at that with the strawberries. That's so pretty. I love that. And then The Outsiders, which is my all-time favorite book. I first read that one in 7th grade, and I think I've probably read it about 30 or 40 times since then. It's always been my absolute favorite. And then after The Outsiders, I have Say Goodnight Gracie, which is very dark, and I don't really recommend it for everybody, but it's really, really good. And I remember the first time I ever checked it out at the library was like 7th grade also. I think both of these were 7th grade, and it was just so good. It was one of my absolute favorite books at the time, and I've probably read it 30 times also. I remember just checking it out over and over again at the library until the librarian told me, you can't do it anymore. You have to like let somebody else check it out, even though nobody ever did. But yeah, that one was one of my favorites. Then I have To Catch a Pirate, which is a really great book. I really love this book a lot. Definitely recommend it. Perks of Being a Wallflower. Then I have my Terry Pratchett. I have what do I have here? The Color of Magic and Light Fantastic in the older copies and in the newer copies. And then I have Sideways Stories from Wayside High School. I have to have a copy of that. My 4th grade teacher used to read it to us, and she would do like voices for all the different characters, and so it's always been like a special book for me. Then I have Mandy by Julie Andrews, which I think is so cool that she wrote this book. And yeah, I got it to go on a plane when I was like 12, and I've always just had it. It's always been like my travel book, and so yeah, and the cover's gorgeous. Look at that. It's so pretty, and it's such a good little book. Then I have Howl's Moving Castle, which is amazing. I've never seen the movie, and I'm kind of scared to see the movie because the book is so good, and I know you have to kind of take the book and the movie as being 2 separate things, if that makes sense. So there's my cat. He's trying to say hi. Hi, baby. But the book was so good to me that I kind of don't want to watch the movie and have it take away from my experience with the book, if that makes sense. Then I have The Phantom Tollbooth. This one, I haven't read this one yet. All the reviews on Amazon say it's like a life-changing experience to read, and I've kind of just been scared to get into that, so it just has sat there for a while until I'm like prepared for that life-changing experience. And then I have The Alchemist, which I know is pretty controversial, and honestly the story itself isn't that great. What I really appreciated though was his commentary at the end. He had like this little plus thing, he had like a whole commentary on like life and death and all of that, and it just really struck a chord with me, and I really liked that. So even though the book isn't that great, I really liked what he had to say in his little thing. And my nails are all chipped and I have paint all over them and they're kind of a mess. Then I have The Book Thief. This one's a really cool book. I did a book report. We had to do like a thesis paper in my final year of high school about a book we had read throughout our high school period. And I chose The Book Thief, and it's a very good book, but it's not one I think I could ever sit down and read again. It's a lot, but it's very, very good. Then I have Red, White, and Royal Blue, which is just, I'm sure we've all seen that one. It's really fun, very light-hearted, happy reading. Then I have Check Please, which is my first ever graphic novel I read. And it's all right. I liked the characters a lot, but I think I liked the characters so much that I wanted just more. I don't know if like the graphic novel style for these characters was what I needed. I just kept wanting to get more into them and find out more about who they were. And just little things, like I really wanted like a whole TV series or something where I could like really get into who these characters are. So I liked it, but it just wasn't quite for me. And then I have The Prince and the Dressmaker. I started this one. I actually need to finish it. I started it and then I got my bookshelf and was putting things on it, and I just sat it here and I haven't really touched it since, so I really need to finish that. Then I have my copy of The Picture of Dorian Gray. I have several copies of The Picture of Dorian Gray. I have a whole Oscar Wilde collection on another bookshelf, but this one was my first ever Picture of Dorian Gray, and I call it my purse copy because I carry this one in my purse when I carry it with me, and so I just keep it on this shelf outside of like the collection. Then I have The Adventures of a Brownie, and this was my great aunt's book. I didn't know that. I moved and it showed up in a box of all my books, and I was like, what is this? Where did this come from? And on the inside it has her name and signature, which I thought was really cool. And then I have the works of Oscar Wilde that didn't fit on the shelf of my collection, so it's just over here. And then down here I have Bringing Down the Duke, which is really cute. And that is it for this shelf. Oh, and then I have a little dragon here that I'm going to use as a bookend once I get this shelf filled up. And yeah, that is everything. I started out having it all alphabetically organized, but I really didn't like that because I had like little books getting mixed up with the big books and shoved in the back, and things just weren't looking organized and nice and pretty like how I wanted it to be. And I was like, how can I organize this for me? And so I just organized it kind of by size, and I put like books together, and tall books on one end and tall books on the other, like thick books on one end, thick books on the other, and everything else kind of in the middle. And I think it ends up looking really nice, and I just like it. And I like it a lot better than having it alphabetical. I know what all the books are and I know kind of where they are. I don't think I need to have it alphabetical. So just like find what works for you and stick with that is all I can recommend. This is the top shelf, and I'm planning on working a lot more on the bottom shelf and everything once I get a few more books and everything more organized and unpacked. I still have boxes over here of stuff that I need to work on, but yeah, and there it is. I think it looks really good so far, and I can't wait to work on the other shelves. All right, thank you for watching. Bye.